Sweet children, you guarantee that you will make this Bharat into heaven with the power of your yoga. There will be one religion and one kingdom. Question: by remaining safe from which of Maya's obstacles can you children perform great wonders? Answer: the greatest of Maya's obstacles is that she makes you
unconscious,
Fall asleep.
body conscious and traps you in the name and form of each other. The children who remain safe from this obstacle will remain safe from Maya's deception and will show many wonders.
So trapped in name and form means your intellect's not working anymore. Now you're like a drug addict. You're just caught in somebody's, in vampire language, you're caught in their glamour. You're entranced by their form, their qualities,
Status, possession.
status. You want something from them, their love, their whatever. You're no longer awake. You're hypnotized.
Their intellects constantly have new thoughts for service. When you become soul conscious, service will expand. Om Shanti. The Father has come to give you spiritual children Srimad. You children understand that according to the drama plan, everything has to be accomplished within a short time. 100 years, Baba's eye is a short time. We are changing the land of Ravan into the land of Vishnu. The Father is incognito, and this study is also incognito. There are many centers. There are centers in the big cities and in the small villages too. There are also many children. Day by day, the number of them will continue to increase. You write in the literature that you will definitely make this land of Bharat into heaven. You love this land of Bharat very much because you know that this Bharat was heaven. Bharat became that 5,000 years ago. It was then very royal and beautiful. So all the patriots, martyrs were the Brahmins who knew Bharat was heaven. They fought for their country. They were the freedom fighters. You children who are the mouth-born creation of Brahma have this knowledge. You have to make this land of Bharat into heaven by following Srimad. Show everyone the path. There is nothing complicated about anything here. Sit and discuss among yourselves how you should advertise these pictures and how they can also be printed in the newspapers. Now, in social media. Hold a seminar about this among yourselves. Just as those of the worldly government meet and discuss among themselves how they can reform Bharat, in the same way you should sit together and put right the differences of opinion that exist and also discuss how there can be peace and happiness in Bharat. You are also the spiritual Pandava government. This is the great godly government. The purifier Father purifies you impure children and makes you into the masters of the pure world. Only you children understand these secrets. The original eternal deity religion is the main dharma of Bharat.
So this point is to make you feel self-respect. This point is to make you feel elevated. This point is to make you get over and let go of all this wastage of time you spend on sorrow and weakness, because you're being made one way or the other. You're going to become a master of the world. You take some time to think, feel what that is. That's the point of this mirth, to feel that, what it means to be Madhyajiva, right? Self-soften.
This is the sacrificial fire of the knowledge of Rudra. Shiv Baba is called Rudra. The Father has now come and awakened you. So you then have to
awaken others.
Awaken others. You continue to awaken according to the drama plan. However much effort and whatever effort each of you has made up to now, you also did the same in the previous cycle. Your war is a spiritual one. Sometimes Maya is more powerful and sometimes God is more powerful. Sometimes service continues to be done at a fast speed, and sometimes some children have obstacles of Maya. Maya makes them completely unconscious. This is the battlefield. Maya makes the children of Ram unconscious. There is also a story about Love and Kush, Ram's children, twins, children of Ram. They are portrayed two children of Ram, but here Baba has many children. At this time, all human beings are sleeping in the sleep of Kumbhakarna. So they too had the special powers with their arrows. One could release fire with their arrows, and the second one could release smoke with their arrows. So they fought even Ram's army and defeated Ram's army, right? With their power. At this time, all human beings are sleeping in the sleep of Kumbhakarna. They don't even know that the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, has come to give you children your inheritance. The Father only comes in Bharat. They have completely forgotten this. The people of Bharat were the masters of heaven. There is no doubt about this. The birth of the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, takes place here. This is why the people of Bharat celebrate the birthday of Shiva. Therefore, he must definitely have come here and done something. The intellect says the Father must definitely have come here to establish heaven. He wouldn't establish it through inspiration. Here, you children are taught Raj Yoga and the pilgrimage of remembrance. There is no sound involved in inspiration. People think that Shankar carries out destruction through inspiration, but there is no question of inspiration in that. You understand it is in their parts in the drama to make bombs, etc. They become instruments for destruction. So, the emphasis on nothing is done through inspiration. Everything has to be done in the world of matter, manifested in a practical form, which was the first Murli about. So until its action is done in the world of matter, manifested, nothing can happen. Right? So Baba can teach through inspiration. We can just have, talk about knowledge in yoga without putting it in a practical form. So all about manifestation, right? Doing it. You understand it is in their parts in the drama to make bombs, etc. They become instruments for destruction. Inspiration is a word from the scriptures, but there is no question of inspiration here. Destruction has to take place according to the drama. It is remembered that missiles, etc., were used in the Mahabharata war. Whatever happened in the past has to repeat.
It's so ridiculous what body consciousness does. Imagine right now, sometime today or yesterday, definitely every day probably, you got a bunch of people sitting around a table trying to figure out how they can make a bomb worse than what it is already. How to make it more destructive, how to kill more people, how to go deeper and destroy in depth of the ground, right? How to refine. Right? That's what they're putting their consciousness to. You think that with that amount of intent, they're not going to destroy the world. Of course they will.
You guarantee that you will establish heaven with the power of your yoga. There will be one religion there. So where will all the other religions go? They will definitely be destroyed. This is something that has to be understood. It is remembered that establishment takes place through Brahma and sustenance through Vishnu, and that is fine.
So what's going on in Council Z, Sangam Yug? We're sharing the truth of the knowledge Baba has now injected into the human world cycle. They have this moment where they can hear it, do something about it. Same for Brahman, hear it, do something about it, or the truth will
be lost, no fate.
he said, What will happen to those religions?
Oh, it will
Will
destroy.
destroy, truth will destroy you.
So the truth has come to offer it, and then it'll destroy everything that's false.
Mm.
Well, why is that? That's the macro. The micro is you. The truth either destroys your impurity, and he's willingly, lovingly giving you the opportunity to do it out of your free will, imbibe it, or it will destroy that which you're hanging on to, which is false. That's called very painful. So I'm not saying anything you don't understand. I would say, Hanji Baba, get with the program. I'm getting with the program, Baba.
It is remembered that establishment takes place through Brahma and sustenance through Vishnu, and that is fine. However, they have mixed Shiva and Shankar, and that is wrong. They just say Shiva and Shankar. Because Shankar doesn't do anything, they have mixed Shiva with Shankar. However, Shiv Baba says, I have a lot of work to do. I have to purify everyone. I enter this corporeal body of Brahma and have establishment carried out through him.
So they replace Shiva, the ocean of knowledge, the truth, with an image called Shankar. And they've reduced that truth to a story called the story of immortality. Look how they've diminished the entire meaning of what God did at the confluence age. It's a story he was telling to one Parvati high on a mountain. That's about as far away you can get from the human experience. Now, I'm not saying they understand what they're, I'm simply saying everything done in body consciousness unconsciously is designed to weaken you and take you away from God despite your good intention and trying. Because the root of bhakti, which is body consciousness, whether it's religion or any other version, the root of it is a lie.
Mm.
Calling God, Shiva Krishna is a lie.
Mm.
And he explains to you the consequence. Well, you have to do that in everything to understand this completeness of this corrupted world and why you got to stop thinking about it. Right? Stop participating in it. Renounce it, sacrifice. That's what his message is.
Shankar doesn't have a part. Shiva is worshipped. Only Shiva, the benefactor, fills everyone's aprons. They say salutations to the Supreme Soul Shiva. This Brahma is the father of people. How Brahma becomes Vishnu and how Vishnu then becomes Brahma are very deep matters. Only you children understand these things. Sensible children can use their intellects to understand this knowledge very quickly. People don't know anything about when the purifier father would come. It is now the end of the Iron Age. They say that 40,000 years still remain until the end of the Iron Age. In that case, how much more impure would they still become?
So there's another lie. Did it do again? 40,000 years separated you even further from God. What's the point of thinking about any truth if there's still 40,000 years more of Iron Age to go? Every one of these lies is designed to separate you from power, truth, purity, from God.
How much sorrow?
So that accomplishes that. What does giving an excuse do? Designed by your ego, as ego designed all of bhakti and body consciousness. It's designed by your ego to separate you from God. So, which is what you eventually said. You were doing that, and the consequence is it's separating you from God. And you kind of know it's going to do that, so you don't want to say. But I forced you to say, to tell what you already understand. You just weren't applying what you understood to that moment. So then I just kept throwing pieces of the puzzle down until the picture was clear. And now you have to really light above it if you're going to keep sustaining that lie. And then you spoke the truth. You need to have way more courage than that. You got to speak the truth immediately.
How much sorrow are they going to tolerate in the next 40,000 years? There isn't any happiness in the Iron Age. Because of not understanding anything, the poor, helpless people are in extreme darkness. You children should meet and discuss how to increase service. The Father continues to show you plans, so you children should meet among yourselves. Explain the pictures very well. All of these pictures continue to be created according to the drama plan. You children know that whatever time passes, the drama continues accurately according to that. The stage of you children will continue to fluctuate, sometimes high and sometimes low. Baba continues to watch everything as the detached observer. Sometimes children have bad omens, and so in order to remove those omens, Baba makes you try many things.
So that's the example of Baba loving and detached. Baba's lovingly telling you these things, but he's detached because Baba does not consider himself to be a Brahmin. Even Avyat Brahma is no longer a Brahmin. So he can see everything the entire family is doing without any bias. So I'm simply telling you what that looks like. When you hear the things I say in Murli class or in the classes I give you, I'm detached from I'm a Brahmin. I'm just speaking the truth of what I can see. People would take sorrow from that because how can you say those things about Brahmins? Because I'm detached from being a Brahmin. Remember, what did I have to renounce? My attachment to Brahman. It wasn't just attachment to Brahmin souls, but people. My attachment to that part of my detachment from that part of my identity, which was body conscious, saying I'm a Brahmin. There's a soul conscious version of that, which is powerful, pure, eternal, all that those attributes. The body conscious side is your attachment blinds you and you rationalize the untruth that Brahmins are doing. But that's the stage you have to get in when you go from Brahmin to angel. Angels are detached. The angels, the image of the angels, is not somebody up there who says, I'm still a Brahmin. They have to go beyond all that. Even that has body consciousness. It's just you can't renounce that before you become a Brahmin. Then you have to become a strong Brahmin. Then you can renounce that and become angel. The sign of that is you don't tell lies to facilitate lies that BKs tell, even as yourself. That's why I tell you, I tell that lie. I know that lie. Right? But when you solve that problem and you detach from it, then you just call it what it is. That's why even if I make a mistake, I can look at it and probably show like, oh, yeah. Most Brahmins lack that humility to be able to be truthful about themselves.
Baba repeatedly tells you to remember the Father. However, you become body conscious, and this is why you stumble. Here, you have to become soul conscious, but some children have a lot of body consciousness. Become soul conscious, and you will be able to remember the Father, and service will then also continue to expand.
It's like one of those points that I'm a Brahmin, yes, but are you scared? You have fear. That's why Brahmins don't want to answer that. Because if you're a Brahmin, you can't have. But do Brahmins have fear?
Yes.
So at that moment, are you a Brahmin? So therefore, that's why you got to get detached even from that. Because so what I tell you, your ego hides under rock. You turn over all the rocks, it's got to hide in plain sight. How does it hide in plain sight? I'm a Brahmin. You got to dissect that, deconstruct it. Because the lies migrate from Lockett gross body conscious to the ego of I am a Brahmin. Because your version of Brahmin is Brahmin in body consciousness. No, that's not Baba's version of Brahmin. Baba's version of Brahmin is victorious jewel, master almighty authority, destroyer of obstacles, fearless. You have to be that before you can say I'm a Brahmin, right? So anytime I tell you, presume you're in fear all the time. And your fear's just waiting for you to not pay attention, and then it emerges and it hijacks you. Well, when I tell you, you should be paying attention to the whole process of how it's hijacking you. And what do? You don't want to face that, and you deflect or smokescreen or whatever. Yeah, but now you're in fear if you're doing that. If you're in fear, are you a Brahmin? See that what the ego's playing you? So even you end up ruining, making impure that which is so pure. Baba gave you the gift of a Brahmin life that was pure. Every time you tell a lie, you make that Brahmin life impure, untrue, adulterated.
Those who have to claim a high status will remain constantly busy in doing service. If it is not in their fortune, they won't make effort. Then they themselves would say, Baba, I am unable to imbibe any of this. It doesn't sit in my intellect. If you don't imbibe these things, you won't have happiness. Those who imbibe these things will also experience happiness. They understand that Shiv Baba has come. The father says, children, understand this very clearly and then explain to others. Some become engaged in doing service and continue to make effort. You children know that every second that passes by is fixed in the drama and that it repeats in the same way. It is explained to you children that when you give lectures outside, so many different types of people attend. You children know that all of those people give lectures based on the Gita, the Vedas, and the scriptures. They don't know that God is explaining to you the secrets of Himself, the Creator, and the beginning, the middle, and the end of creation. It has been shown so clearly in the pictures who God is. These things cannot be explained using a projector. At the exhibitions, you have the pictures in front of you. You can then explain and also interact with them and ask them who the God of the Gita is.
And why? Some, or at least he said, oh, project your great service. Superficially getting the message out, images can be shown to many, many thousands at one time. You said you can't actually explain using the projector. Because to explain to somebody, you need eye contact, interaction, you need to make a connection. So just understand the context of this general service, just get the message out. Get it out there online, get it up on Facebook, dispersed, diluted. But if you really want to explain knowledge to someone, you gotta do it in person. How's that gonna happen if you only come to the center once or twice a week?
So you can then explain and also interact with them and ask them who God of the Gita is and who the ocean of knowledge is. Who is the ocean of purity, peace, and happiness, the liberator and the guide. They wouldn't be able to say that it is Krishna. The praise of the Supreme Soul is different. First of all, you should make them write this down. Take a probe, do a survey, and also get them to sign something. In brackets says birds were squabbling in the hall. At this time, there's fighting and quarreling throughout the whole world, and the animal and bird world as well. They all continue to fight among themselves. The five vices of human beings are remembered. They do not refer to animals. The vicious world and the viceless world are remembered in connection with human beings. In the Iron Age, there is the devilish community, and in the Golden Age, there is the divine community. People have such tamopradhan intellects that they don't understand at all that they are the devilish community. They go in front of the deity idols and sing, "We are degraded, sinful sinners. We are without virtue and have no virtues." You can explain to them by proving it to them. It is very clear in the picture of the ladder. It shows how there is the stage of ascent and then the stage of descent. The picture of the ladder is the main one for the people of Bharat. It is the best thing of all. You can explain very well using this picture. You will complete your 84 births and then take your number 1 birth. You will then go from the stage of descent into the stage of ascent. You all have to think about how to show everyone the path. How can you do service if you don't think about these things? It is very easy to explain using the pictures. After the golden age, you have to come down the ladder. You children know that we are now being transferred. However, we don't go directly to the golden age. We first have to go to soul world, good, land of silence.
Or Dharma's word.
That first stop at that soul world. You know that we are actors. You are number-wise in how you consider yourselves to be actors in this drama. No others in the world can say how they are actors. We even write that if a human being, while being an actor in this unlimited drama, doesn't know the director and principal actor or the beginning, the middle, and the end of the drama, he is senseless. There's nothing wrong in writing this. You mustn't listen to this with one ear and let it out the other. There has to be nothing but service, service, and then more service. Baba understands that some children sometimes experience bad omens. When there are bad omens, the father knows how much damage is caused. When wealthy ones become pure, there has to be some reason. Baba continues to explain to many of you. Children never become trapped in anyone's name or form. Otherwise, Maya is such that she will catch hold of you by the nose and throw you into the gutter. Maya greatly deceives you. You mustn't become lovers and beloveds of beloveds here. Some become lovers and beloveds because of vice. Others are attracted to someone's appearance. You know that there are so many obstacles of Maya at many centers. They become trapped in one another's name and form. Maya is so powerful that a woman becomes trapped in the name and form of another woman, or a Kumari becomes trapped in the name and form of another Kumari. Even while you're making effort, Maya completely catches hold of you. This is why Baba cautions you. Children, Maya will try to trap you a great deal, but you mustn't allow yourself to become trapped. Don't become body conscious. Consider yourselves to be souls and remember the Father. Continue to protect yourself from Maya's deception. And that's what was the point of Dadiji was. So she protected her divine intellect. She didn't let her divine intellect get corrupted from what she was seeing out there and, in the world, in the locking world, news, whatever. She didn't let her influence her mind, her divine intellect. She kept it safe. Consider yourselves to be souls and remember the Father. Continue to protect yourself from Maya's deception. The Father has come to make you children into flowers. You mustn't have doubts about anything. If you have some doubt in your heart, you aren't able to do service well. You will continue to choke inside. You must remain courageous. There is a very little time. Listen to Baba's Murli and you will become enthusiastic. The child, Atam Prakash, from Indore, I think he's left the body now, is paying very good attention to the pictures. This should also enter the intellects of those in Bombay. The main pictures have to be created first. You should make inquiries about them. Baba continues to give you directions about how to refine the pictures. Create such a method that the picture of the ladder can be put up at airports. Everyone who sees that picture will become very happy. Eventually, they will understand who is giving you directions. Therefore, you children should become very intoxicated. Acha, to you sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says namaste to you, spiritual children, and
The spiritual children say
Namaste to the
spiritual
spiritual
father.
father.
essence for dharana number 1. You children are on a battlefield and battling with Maya Ravan. Maya causes many obstacles. You children must remain very cautious. Number 2, each of you has to think about your own progress and how to explain using the pictures and how to increase service. What should we include in the pictures so that people are easily able to understand? And now it should be so easy to create pictures with new technology, with AI. Blessing, may you make your fortune elevated by renouncing body consciousness and become an embodiment of success. By renouncing body consciousness, that is, by becoming soul conscious, you will experience having all relationships with the Father and having all powers. This experience is the most elevated fortune of the conference age. When you adopt this method that is taught by bestower, there will be expansion and you will also receive total success. Because of your bodily relatives and your love for them, you renounced your crown, throne, and your original form. Therefore, out of love for the Father, can you not renounce your body consciousness? With this one renunciation, you will receive the fortune of everything. Slogan, in order to become free from anger, change from being selfish and become selfless and transform any form of desire. Om Shanti. Of your signal, together with the Father, all of you also have taken the responsibility of purifying the elements of nature too. So in order for you to fulfill this thought, Bap Dada wants every child to first of all become free from attachment in this world, whether to facilities or people. To use the facilities is a different matter from having attachment. So Bap Dada first of all wants to make every child become free from attachment. Om Shanti.